Hey, what's up, everybody? For DR Smoke Break, this is Mitch Rockwell. Today we got some great people here at Famous for the 4th annual Northeast DR meetup. We're going to be talking with Vince and Alex today from Censored Genius Cigars. Check out what we got. What's up, everybody? It's Mitch from DR TV. We're here today with the guys from Censored Genius. We have Vince and Alex. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
No problem. You guys have given us support over the last couple of years on a couple of events. Greatly appreciate it. So I think it's time to tell the people a bit about your the company itself. Like, how'd you guys get started? Things like that.
I'll let Alex do that.
Okay. Yeah. I guess like the very first part was 9 years ago. Me and several friends in the area started our own small cigar club in the area, Lehigh Valley Cigar Club. Through that, then actually within the first month, we organized a little impromptu trip down to the Dominican Republic to visit La Aurora, the cigar company. Mm-hmm. And 3 of us went down on a scouting mission. That's how we sold it to our significant others. The next year we went with a bigger group of 10 people. The year after that, my significant other said, all right, this is bullshit. Your trip of a lifetime is now coming up on his 3rd trip. So we went with family members. We went to a resort and then did day trips to the factory. And by the 4th year, we had developed a really strong relationship with the people at La Aurora. Guillermo Leon's the owner. He's amazing. Manuel Anoa is now the master blender. He was kind of our host and companion and kept us out of trouble during our visits. And that 4th year, one of our club members, Paul Mazzucco, was interested in. He's a business guy and was interested in starting a line of cigars, but was still fairly novice in cigars at that point, and had recently joined the club. And went on a trip and floated the idea to me about partnering, having me be more of the cigar piece, him be more of the business piece, and we just kind of went with it, and have been having fun ever since. We started out with a very scientific approach to blending, doing gas chromatograph analysis of tobaccos and tobacco blends, looking at a lot of existing blends that were out there and doing full lab profiles of those, and trying to reverse engineer and gain some quick understanding of what was working and what wasn't working in the marketplace. Neither of us have generations of cigar making in our history. Right. We just kind of had that entrepreneurial spirit and some out of the box thinking. So we jumped in and started doing that. And our backup plan at that point was, our first production was 25,000 cigars, and we figured, all right, worst case, we've got 2 blends that we like, and we've just created our own lifetime supply of cigars at true cost, right. Not even wholesale, retail, whatever. We went down to the factory, we blended them, we knew that we liked them, so that was our fallback plan. Fortunately, that wasn't an issue. We quickly had to do another production and another production, and we're currently on our 4th run now.
Nice.
So it's gone well. Yep. So that's, even though I was talking endlessly, that's the short story of how we started.
So you guys are called Censored Genius now, but originally it was Genius, right?
It was.
Correct. Yep.
It was. Yeah. That all started with one important piece I left out is Vince here. So a couple years ago, Vince owns the Wooden Match in Bethlehem, along with another restaurant and a whole empire of other businesses. But the key one that I'm interested in is the Wooden Match, which is a cigar bar and restaurant. And he was interested in investing and actually bought out Paul's half of the company.
Correct.
And so we are now
A team.
And Vince has more than picked up where Paul has left off. And so to get to the whole censored thing, the Genius Cigars started from the fact that we were doing all the laboratory analysis. Graphic designer that we were working with in the beginning on some of our band designs just did kind of a one-off mad scientist in a laboratory with all these chemicals and things, and said, "Oh, this is kind of what this is what I think of you guys, kind of, smoking a cigar and doing all this sciencey stuff," and we loved it. And Paul doodled on a napkin. More sinister looking guy. We took out the chemicals. We figured since we've got a truly all natural product, it's all tobacco, there's no flavoring or anything in our particular lines. We wanted to, we used the lab for testing, not for creating. So we took that out and went with the Genius piece. We liked it. We liked to think that it matched our personalities. Customers invariably like to think that it matches their personalities too. We're doing great, got it registered trademark, all that good stuff. And then a very large cigar company who has a single cigar named contacted us, asked us to stop using the word. We declined. Went through a legal process, spent a fair amount of money. And at one point, when we were going to spend quite a bit more money, decided that sometimes, I don't know, what's the saying?
Cut our
penny
losses.
wise, pound foolish, something like that. It made sense for us to shift and abandon the word.
I think it was more important for us, you want to say, Alex, is that we wanted to put our money in our tobacco. That's our goal. It's to provide a good cigar for our friends and for for us. So,
as much as we love the attorneys that we've worked with and supported, that really wasn't why we went into this. And so absolutely, we wanted to get back into what got us into this in the first place, which was cigars. So we made the shift. It's when it finally occurred to us, it made a lot of sense that we just slapped the word censored right over the word. And then we went with that. We've got all new packaging coming up. This is our existing packaging with one slight modification there for legal reasons. But the three lines that we have are the Whitechapel. The first two we started with were the White and the Black Chapel. The Whitechapel is a medium to full Dominican Habano wrapper, triple Lajero blend. It's a very nice, stronger blend. Very balanced. We now say medium full because people often argue with us when we tried to tell them it was a full body. They expect it to be more of a harsher presentation, and it's I would like to think very well balanced, largely in part to our friends at La Aurora. So again, we put a lot into it, but we leaned heavily on their 100+ years of continuous operation.
Well, that happens to be what I'm smoking, and I would definitely say it's a good, solid, full body.
It is. It's a triple Lajero. It's got one of the
overpowered.
leaves is out of Lancaster here in Pennsylvania. So our processes are not always the most efficient. We grow it here. The factory in the Dominican Republic buys it. We ship it down there. We make cigars there and then ship it back to Pennsylvania to sell. We have not yet taken the step of selling cigars back to the Dominican Republic. Then we'll know we've really gone all the way. So that was one of the first two. The second was the Black Chapel, which is a Brazilian Maduro wrapper. The wrapper and binder are aged in rum barrels for about 6 months as part of the Maduro fermentation. It's not in any way infused. It just is part of it mellows it out a little bit. And that's what I'm smoking now. It's one of my favorites. I would say the Whitechapel blend we're most proud of because of the balancing with it. And then the other, the Black Chapel, I smoke even more often because it's just a nice, for me, in my palate, it's a nice, easy to go to anytime cigar. We launched with those. 2 years later, we came out with the Time Machine, which is a medium-bodied Nicaraguan Habano. And that was because people would always go for what you're smoking, thinking it was the lighter cigar.
Right.
And after 2 years of begging them to smoke the Maduro because it's a lighter cigar, and not having that much success, we needed a natural wrapper that was more in the middle of the road. Time Machine hits that spot. It's our biggest seller right now, actually. Those are our 3 blends.
It's my go-to. The Time Machine is my go-to cigar. So.
Yeah. So I think I first had the Time Machine last year at Cats Fest, and just absolutely fell in love with it as well. I mean, I generally go to there's something a little bit on the heavy side, but it's a fantastic stick, nice flavor, good profile. And with all of them, everything in the line, the construction is phenomenal.
Yeah, La Aurora's, I mean, they know their game. Yeah, I should, let's see, established 1903, it's on the back of the box, I'm cheating. But, so we're coming up on, 115 years of continuous operation. The oldest continually operating factory in the Dominican Republic. I would guess probably close to the running of anywhere, but I know certainly in the DR. They've been so generous with their support and,
for sure.
and just friendship really all the way through. I mean, it's a big operation where we're so small that most people, I mean, our production numbers, we're in tens of thousands when people are in hundreds of thousands or more. So the fact that they treat us just like the big guys is wonderful.
So anything new coming down the pike that people should watch out for?
Well, we have hopefully the end of July we have 3 new labels, same tobacco, 3 new labels coming out. Speak No, See No, and Hear No.
No.
I'm sorry.
Good Lord! All right.
Excuse me.
All right. Seriously, edit that part out, please.
So let me back up. So we have three new labels coming out: Speak No, Hear No, and See No, coming out hopefully in July. It's the same tobacco. We haven't changed anything. We still believe in our quality. So just ask your retailers to ask for us.
Yes.
It's up to consumers to ask the retailers so they can bring us. If you don't ask your consumers, they're not going to be able to reach out to us and bring us to your brick and mortar stores.
That's truly the consumer is the biggest driver of this whole marketplace. When we do store events like today and we're there, it's awesome. Everything moves. Once you're in a shop, if the manager or the owner, depending on the size of the place, if they like you and they like your product, you're going to sell great. And if you're not yet in the shop, we're a very small operation, so the biggest thing that can drive us is really consumer demand. And all that we ask is you give us a try. It's a big world with a whole lot of different great cigars out there. We certainly smoke tons of other cigars ourselves. But if you give us a try and hopefully you like one of our offerings and maybe put it into your occasional rotation, then we consider that a big success for us as well. So.
I agree.
Well, it's great to see that the rebranding hasn't really affected you guys too much.
No, I mean it's been a headache. We're really excited. It's been a learning process. We're still what I consider to be a very new company at the 4-year mark. Our first 2 bands, the Whitechapel and Blackchapel, don't have our company name anywhere on them. So, that's probably something you want to change. So our new ones will. And we're very excited just about the design work. It's keeping the mad scientist guy. Again, the theme is a bit of a shift given our legal path that we've taken. So we've gotten away from the word that we need to get away from. We're going with See No, Hear No, Speak No. For our 3 lines, we figured the fact that old proverb fit with the 3-part model fit our 3 existing lines. We've got the new guy redesigned on each of them, and some nice clear. It pops a little more. Hopefully, it'll stand out on the shelf a little bit more. We're just really excited about that. We have a blend that we got in before the FDA stuff started a couple of years ago. that's on the books. It's been distributed. That after we're done with this rollout of the new packaging, we're excited to work on as well. It's a two-size line, same blend across two sizes. One thing that people continue to ask for a lot is a large cigar, so we've got one is a 7x70.
Oh wow!
And the other is a 7x42 for my preferences. So we're good. Our working name for that, at least, is Thick and Thin. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Clever title.
Emphasize thin, thick.
But that's another great blend that we've just kind of had mothballed. You know, with the FDA stuff. You know, we recognize the importance of getting that out there, meeting all of the requirements necessary so that it was on the books and registered. Hopefully, another thing for consumers is, you know, keep pushing back on that, because it really is some garbage legislation. But we've got that ready to go as soon as we've got our rebranding launched again, which is really just a matter of weeks away at this point. So
that's great. Well, guys, I appreciate the support as always. You know, you've got the support of DR behind you as much as we can.
You guys, I never failed to describe you as like the most kick-ass cigar club that I've ever encountered. As somebody who founded a local cigar club myself years ago now, like, you guys just hit all the marks that I've seen. It's very impressive. So keep up the good work. And for your members, I'm sure they already know, but the amount of work and attention to detail that you and your supporting cast put into that, it's very much apparent.
Well, thank you. We definitely try.
Yep.
Anyway, it's a pleasure talking with you, Vince.
Likewise, pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Alex.
All right, thanks.
I'm sure we'll see each other again next year for the
If
fifth
not,
annual
before
meetup.
that.
Yeah.
And hopefully for Cats Fest, when that gets
definitely. When Storm gets
relaunched.
rehabilitated there.
Yep.
All right, great, guys. I appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
No problem. Hey, for DRTV, this is Mitch Rockwell. Be sure to make sure. Let me try that again.
I like that. I thought it was like a catchphrase. Be sure to make sure.
All right, everybody. From DRTV, this is Mitch Rockwell. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Follow us on Instagram at Distinguished Ruffian. Check out our Facebook page. We have a small group called the Ruffian Quarter, as well as check out our website, distinguishedruffian.com. We'll see you guys next time.